Animal suicide refers to any type of self-destructive activity that results in the death of an animal. Some events may lead to an animal causing their own death, despite the natural cycle of life, and an animal's innate urge for survival. Other times, these deaths are for the sake of a group, the altruistic self-removal of an unhealthy animal to ensure the survival of the remaining animals. Today's video covers 6 different animal species that are capable of self-destruction. They consist of bears. A captive bear killed herself after smothering her son, after an excruciatingly painful catheter injection into the bear cub's abdomen to remove bile, which is occasionally utilized in Chinese medicine. According to newspaper accounts, she killed herself and her kid in order to avoid being tortured for another year. This was considered a case of abnormal behavior produced by stress and prolonged confinement in an artificial setting. It has also been interpreted as a case of an animal attempting to break free from its confinement. Whales. On coastal areas, whales have a tendency to trap themselves on the beach, and they end up dying if they aren't able to return to the water. These are called strandings, and they are quite common in places like New Zealand. The reasons why whales commit this self-destructive act varies. In some cases, they are too old or sick to resist currents that bring them into the shore. Other times, they may mistake shallow depths for deeper waters. To navigate, they send out echolocation signals, and if those signals don't bounce back, the whales infer they are in deeper waters. Sandy beaches make this problematic, as the sand absorbs the signals and doesn't return them to the whales. Whatever the reason, these strandings are more often than not purely accidental on the whale's part. Nonetheless, if they can't be returned to the water, they're doomed. Bees. Getting stung by a bee is an annoying if not hazardous thing to happen to humans, but interestingly, it is just as harmful to the bee that stings as it is to the person being stung. When a bee stings its victim, specifically a thick-skinned victim, the barbed stinger on its rear gets lodged in the skin, and it tears away from the bee's abdomen, fatally wounding it. If a bee were to sting an animal, it would be doing so at the cost of its life. Ants. Ants thrive in colonies, and they will use any means they can to protect them from attack. Even self-sacrifice. Members of an ant species found in Southeast Asia are known for defending their colonies by committing the inconceivable action of exploding themselves. These exploding ants have 2 oversized mandibular glands filled with poison that run through their bodies from front to back. When under attack, they use their abdominal muscles to burst these glands, spraying sticky, toxic fluids at their enemies, killing the ants and immobilizing their offenders, who become ensnared in the fluids. Sloths. Did you know that a sloth takes its life in its hands every time it goes to the bathroom? Some sloth species poop from up in the trees, but others make their way down to the forest floor to lay their waste. Because sloths' limbs are normally used to hang from trees, they don't support the creature's weight very well when they walk, making them have to crawl around on the ground. These sloths are therefore easy targets for predators, and subsequently, they are frequently caught at their most vulnerable. Dolphins. Assuming that you're familiar with whale shows, you're well aware that the practice has been a financially successful entertainment venue that is also frequently cited as damaging to its aquatic star attractions. The dolphins trained for these shows are kept in captivity and given living spaces in the form of water tanks. Knowing the natural environment for a dolphin is the ocean, and knowing a water tank is no ocean, environmental activists do not consider captive settings to be a sustainable way of living for dolphins. The smallness, bareness, and subsequent lack of stimulants prevalent in these tanks can be frustrating for dolphins. In many cases, captive dolphins become afflicted with depression and self-destructive behaviors. One dolphin reacted by bashing his head against the tank on several occasions, giving him a brain aneurysm that killed him. Other times, dolphins developed respiratory illnesses from the stress of living in captivity, and this killed some of them too. Quite sad, isn't it? Please share your thoughts on this video in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. If you're looking to catch more videos like these, we at Nature's Phenomenal upload weekly to this channel, so be sure to subscribe to see more. Till next time.